Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode, daily trade update. Make my coffee. I'm gonna get this going. Sorry, I got one of those ones you gotta push down and it doesn't want to go down. Or maybe it's all the way down. It's super slow. I need to get one of the ones that burn, so I've got one of these and it's okay. I'd say this is like the third or the fourth best type of coffee maker, with an espresso machine being at the top, and then after that, let's check the milk. No, it's all right. Still good. All right. So, welcome to, what is today? 23rd September. I'm Sam, and we're going to be walking through some trades. We're going to take a look at some charts. Let's start with Ripple. Ripple is looking great. Look at this. On the 1 hour, yesterday I was a little bit more skeptical because on the 1 hour at least it did drop below its 21 EMA, which kind of indicates that it's having some weakness. But really it was just consolidation, and we've gotten further consolidation at these levels. Let me just draw this out a bit more. And so we've gotten some really nice consolidation this way. Draw a trend line. Right. Kind of at this just above 8,000. We'll just say like right above 8,000. And so, you can see it here that the volume's kind of peaked on both sides, and it's really staying in the middle here, around right where it is now. It's kind of 84 area. I went long at 85, and I'm really hoping for a push up to retest highs again. I think it's definitely possible, and so that would be a 30-point move. That would be really nice. I think it will coincide with BTC pushing up, and yeah, we're going to have to just see through in the next few days. And that kind of coincides with my stops as well too, where if we close below 8,000, like close below it, not just touch it, I'd be worried about the trade and then probably get out because my upside again is looking at like 11,000, or let's say the top of this wick beforehand. It's like 10,000 area, 11,000 area, which I'm almost 100% sure, well, not 100% sure, but quite certain that we're going to hit here in the next few days or so. So once BTC pumps, we will see Ripple start to move again significantly to the upside. So yeah, so this is let's take a look at so the USD chart, you can see it's pretty much the same. Again, I use three things really. So the volume profile just gives me a shape of the distribution curve, right? So it can show me when things are quite lopsided, or when you get a push up into higher prices, but you don't get the volume shift. And we'll do a video on volume profile here sometime later next week once I can get a few good examples. So I use that. I use a 21 EMA, which I think is probably the best number. And because 21 EMA, I mean, typically 21 EMA is good because on like a stock chart, you have like 8 days, 8.5, 9 days of weekends every month, roughly. So if you take all those out, you come down to 21 or 22. So either of those numbers is fine. I think people go with 21 because it's a Fibonacci. Is it a Fibonacci number? 1, 3, 5, 5, 8, 13. Oh yeah, 21. Yeah, so it is a Fibonacci number. So that's why I think a lot of people go with it as well too. Yeah, so the EMAs that I use are just 21. I know that you can use an 8 as well too. You can use that more on the longer term charts for an aggressive look. Yeah, let's take a look. Wow, you can see he's moving. Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah, this is great. So BTC pushing up. I think this is really nice. So look at this consolidation that we had. I'll just bring this here. So look, we had to push up to this 6,700 area, right? The other day, we had this consolidation in the. Oh wait, you know what I didn't do? I didn't actually broadcast the live stream on the channel. Let's do that. I can just drop it in. It looks really great. The past few days we had this consolidation, and looking at the volume profile chart, right, you can see really clearly that we had two moves really. So we had this first move which came through here, and you had a very even auction pushing through here. Now we've moved up, and we had the bottom of this channel was here, right? At this level, 6650, which was kind of my down area, and then the top of the level has been kind of 6750. So this is our new channel right here. And you can see that the distribution of volume has actually been more skewed towards the upper part of the channel, which indicates that it's going to move up further, because the volume has been tested down here, but there's not much volume down here. People are more interested in looking to buy once it gets a little bit higher. I'll try to get an expert, well, Paul, who's one of our experts on Bookmap and then also on volume profile. I need to get him in the house so he can come talk about this. So we're just going to leave this. We're just going to leave this box here. It's really, I mean, you could trade the breakout here. So as long as we get a close above, I would say 6150. Let's just drop this down to 6150. Right. So as long as we close above 6150, which we're about to do in about 6 minutes on the hourly, maybe the 2 hour as well too. But you could take the close above 6150 as an indication that we're about to move up higher. It looks really nice, actually. Because if you look at the move, let's come out to the 12 hour. I know the one is probably too slided, but here we have this little consolidation area in the 12 hour, which I've drawn on there. So as soon as we break out of there, we should have another long candle that takes us up to 7,000, I would assume. That would be the next move. Or we just stair step, you know, we just have like the next few days, next week or so, maybe until October, around October 1st, we just stair step up. That's kind of the bad scenario. Good scenario would be to just start shooting up and having these big like 4 to 5% days, 2-3 days in a row. So having candles like this one where we had a 4% up move, a 5% up move, having 3 or 4 of those in a day or in a few days in a row. For one, it would take us above this 7,400 area, which is what's needed. And two, I think that it would bring a lot of press back in, just showing that it's time for retail traders to start looking at BTC again. Even though most everyone that is trading is retail. So looking at the daily, right, it does look like we are just kicking off this move on the way, right? The cost really gives us a nice idea when things will peak. Fortunately, the 12 hour says that we're getting close. I mean, we could go up like this, right? So if we follow the trajectory, right? So September, let's just say the beginning of October. right? If it goes, and draw a little maybe trend line here. So September 18th would be the full extension of that up into this upper area if we do make it there. So that would be one place. So let's just draw a line for September 18th. All right. Say like this is the catalyst area. So we'll have this nice little area where we'll look to either break out or sell out of here, which I know everybody's looking for a breakout, and a lot of people have resigned themselves to this, sub 6,000 move, but we haven't gotten there yet, and we're still in this downtrend, still in bear market. So yeah, let's take a look at the other two trades from the other day. So ADA, again, moving again today. So this is what I said about the other day about, even though it's having a big down day on Cardano, you have to look at the 21 EMA on the 12-hour. Is what I use to give guidance for how long to stay in the trade. So we entered into the trade at like 11:08, I think. Yeah, so it was like 11:08, and now it's 13. So this is a 30% move already. We actually came right up to the target almost. So 1400 area. Did we crack it? 1390. That's really nice. I think this one has a bit more momentum. We can just hang on to it. If we break through here, again, the next target is going to be this. Again, look, we had this multiple resistance area, so that'll be 1600. I may take a bit of profit at here. So again, that move right here. Let's measure the move. Okay, so 1390 to here. So that's another 20% up. It seems like a lot. So I think the first resistance area would be 1500, and then the next one 1600. So 10%, and then another 20% up. So that would make the total move so far in this trade almost 50%, which is really nice. And seeing how we're 10x leveraged, yeah, that'll be a 5x. A great trade. So just hanging in this. One thing I am keeping an eye on is the daily, which is just kicking off. I know a lot of everything is tied to BTC, but Cardano is pumping. It's up 11% today. Wow, that's great. Let's see if we can get a bigger move with Cardano today, but that's turning out to be a really nice trade. Again, coming back. So we're just at this 1390 area. I mean, you could plug your target point in for 1400 because it looks like there may be a bit of a sell-off again. But again, I mean, on the hourly, you can always catch these small moves, but it's a lot of hassle to try to get in and out on the hourly and to try to catch these tops. Like a lot of times, it's just better to look at the bigger chart. But I think I probably will take half of my trade off, or at least a third of the trade off here at this 1400 area. Same thing for Tron, right? We had that big down move yesterday, which would have been a great time to get in. Let's take a look at the hourly. Fortunately for Tron, we haven't broken up the new highs above 380. Looks like we could do it today. Did I have the? Let's go back out to the 12. So I have the top as breaking through this resistance, right? anywhere between here and here. I'll probably set my target point at 400. Take some profit on those two. And yeah, it looks like BTC was slightly rejected there, but it's too early to tell. You need to have a closing of the bar. EOS again had a nice down move yesterday. It's now moving up again. Let's go to our chart. Yeah, that's great consolidation right there, and that signifies further up move from there. So we had this peak, comes down, very nice consideration, and now we should have a push up again as we go forward. I mean, this could continue. So you can see the trend is continuing like this, so it could come down back to this 8,900 area, and then continue upwards. So no change in continuation today. It's still positive in the outlook. Yeah, and EOS looks great. So again, BTC underperforms on EOS to the dollar. Again, I think it was in at 84, and now we're at 89. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit. Just woke up and looked through all this shit. Here's Ethereum. That looks really nice. That's a pop. That should retest highs again soon. Because look, we have this little pop up. We have consolidation, and then boom, pop up again. I think it's what everything's been doing. BTC as well. Yeah, well, BTC didn't really have it because it was just a nice firm consolidation. So, yeah. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap to find out what the. Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at LTC BTC. That is a great move. Probably. That is a really nice move. I mean, LTC. Again, same thing for LTC. You have breakout above the daily, we'll just say 12-hour. Breakout above the 12-hour 21 EMA. As long as we stay above that, we have this resistance area right here, which could signify a further up move if we break through it. If we don't, that'll be a strong resistance to work through. I wonder what the books look like there. Why is it so stacked at 95? Why have we been rejected there twice? Maybe something to take a look at the order books. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. And let's see the top 100. Which ones have been making the biggest changes today? Well, Electroneum and Stellar. So Electroneum is not here, but Stellar is. XLM. USD on Bitfinex. Yeah, look at that. I would almost short that. I think it looks like a really nice. Well, let's take a look at the daily. Maybe, I don't know. I'd probably wait for this to be touched, this previous resistance, and then maybe look to short. Right? Wow, that looks really good. Let's take a look at the other CoinMarketCap stuff. Yeah, Cardano, 13% today. It's great. Really catching a wave with that one. And then Nano and Mona and Cash. Okay. Status, Populous. So those are the ones. Those are the main ones. So I've been sticking to things which I can short and which I can get leverage on, which are the two main things that I'm looking for. There's Bcash, which probably could have a breakout move here in the next day or so. I mean, we have this area, right? But look how even the auction is here. It's weird, actually. It's Bitfinex. It's Bitfinex. Wow. When an even auction, somebody's doing something here, because you don't usually get auctions that are this even all the way across. 531 has the most volume, which I would assume that we would get to there somehow. I mean, it's not much of a pop, and it's like 4 or 5% more, but it's weird. It's almost if there's manipulation on part of Jahan and his boys to keep the coin up. All right, so it looks like BTC was rejected up here on the hourly. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, definitely having some struggling to get above 67.50. Let's take a look at the shorts. The short-long ratio is really coming down. So I would start to look to short again once we get to 20,000. This area. This is like the shorting area. So a lot of the shorts need to come off. Yeah, so like anywhere between, just draw a parallel channel, anywhere between here and here is like prime shorting area, as you can see. Oops. Yeah, so anywhere in this area, once the shorts get down to there, it's great, because you're looking at kind of peaks, and also long-short ratio should be pretty workable by then. So this looks to be that 1.4, 1.5 area. Once we get there, will be it's pretty decent shorting place, because the longs are starting to pick up again a little bit. Not in any major extent. So it's interesting to see that the shorts are coming off, but the longs really aren't building, because usually you would see that they would be pushing up in these uptrends. So I don't know, maybe there's just not interest, or people don't want to get leverage long yet. They're not crazy about doing it. Maybe it's tied to the volatility compressing at the moment. I don't know, actually. So that's roughly it. Let's see if anyone left any comments. So I've switched to Brave browser a while back, and I don't find much of a difference. In Chrome, it feels a lot the same. Everything works. MetaMask works. Everything works. It's fine. This MacBook isn't the best, I don't think, because it overheats really easily and then slows down. I think they actually like limit the performance of it when it gets hot, and that it gets hot when it really does anything. Like it does anything and it just like stops working. So I didn't look like we had any questions. Maybe A was the move. Yeah, that's right. Cardano was the move. So Cardano seems to be the big mover today. It's nice. It's a nice V bottom as well too. Yeah, a lot of volume. We'll see how this one comes out. So, all right, thanks for tuning in today, and I'll be back tomorrow with another.